This is the Talking Podcast with Peter DiBiasi and John Rocco Trumpbour right here on YouTube. Guys, welcome back to another episode. If you guys clicked on this video, you know exactly what this is. This is our AFC and NFC playoff predictions. Plus, we'll be giving you our Super Bowl matchup plus our Super Bowl winner at the end of the video. So you do not want to click off. Guys, thank you so much for watching our last video. And that was our AFC and NFC divisional predictions. So this leads right into this. So it's going to be kind of based off of that. So guys, we very much appreciate you guys watching and listening to that. JR, what do we got to say before we start getting to the predictions?
Hey guys, please follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter. We're posting NFL content like crazy on there. We just, like Pete said, we just did our division predictions. We've been posting our top 15 players at each position. So please, we're being active on those. Follow us, Talking Sports PD, Twitter and Instagram, and please, almost at 1,000 subscribers. Help us get us there. It's me and Pete's dream, or one of our not dream, but one of our goals. We have dreams higher, but it's one of our goals. So please, if you like the content, just hit us with the subscribe. Doesn't hurt. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, like Jared said, the subscribe means a ton to us. If you're going to choose one thing to do, hit the subscribe button. That's what we care most about. Also, if you want to listen to us on Apple Podcasts, click the link in the bio, go to Apple Podcasts and listen to us. But like I said, guys, AFC division predictions, NFC division predictions. If you just started watching this and you haven't seen that, go back. Go watch that and then come back and watch that, because that is the same content. The playoff predictions, the teams we're having are based off our division predictions. We're not doing different division predictions or playoff predictions. So, guys, if you haven't watched that yet, because my shirt gets all tangled, make sure you please go watch that, and that will be on our last video, so it helps you with this. But AFC playoff predictions, and NFC playoff predictions, and our Super Bowl champion. Jared, we're going to start you off. Give me your 7 playoff teams, and then you break down your playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah, so for the AFC, number 1 seed, I got the Chiefs. Number 2 seed, I got the Browns. Number 3 seed, I got the Bills. 4 seed, Titans. 5 seed, Steelers. 6 Chargers, and then 7 Dolphins. So obviously, my 1 seed, the Chiefs, get a bye in the first round, the wild card round. And then for the first matchup, I have the number 5 Steelers versus the number 4 Titans. For this, Titans, I think I have them having the edge on this one and winning. I think the Titans' offense is better than the Steelers. And even though the Steelers' defense is better than the Titans, I think the Steelers are definitely going to be on defense more. On offense more. The Steelers' defense is very good. However, I just think it's hard to match up with Julio Jones. It's hard to match up with AJ Brown. And when they're on the same team, it's like basically impossible. And then you got Derrick Henry. So it's not like you could just, lean back in coverage. You got to have some guys in the box. Derrick Henry's in the backfield. So I just think it's too hard to manage for the Steelers. First year with the offensive coordinator. Who knows what this means for Big Ben, but I got Titans winning. Then I got the 6 seed Chargers versus the 3 seed Bills. And I had the Bills taking the edge here. The Bills' offense has shown to be very consistent. Chargers still have a young quarterback. Very good offense, though. Defense has some holes, and the Bills are going to take advantage of that with Stephon Diggs. And then they've got Emmanuel Sanders now. I still don't see them running the ball effectively as much as they should, but they're going to take care of the Chargers. Herbert's going to learn from this, get better. It's not his time yet, but really good season for him, taking the Chargers to the playoffs. And then I got the 7 seed Dolphins versus the 2 seed Browns. I'm high on the Browns this year. I think overall their team is really good. They got a good offense. They got a really good defense. And like me and Pete, we're not on the Tua train yet. Pete a little less than me. But Tua's in the playoffs. Teams are going to take advantage of your weaknesses. And when Tua can't throw the ball consistently enough for me to really, have them going far in the playoffs, I think he's going to get pressured this game. He's going to see all forms of defensive schemes. And I think Baker is going to be able to handle this Dolphins defense, which is really good, but it's not something he's never seen before. So I have the Browns beating the Dolphins. And then for the AFC Divisional Round, I got the 3 seed Bills versus the 2 seed Browns. And I have the Browns beating the Bills here. Sorry, Pete. But like I said, I'm high on the Browns. I think Bills better offense than the Browns. Browns better defense, much better defense than the Bills. And I think the Browns offense is very good. Even though it's at the Bills level, it's still very good. And I just see Josh Allen. He likes to run a lot, and I feel like this Browns D can contain him. They got Myles Garrett. They got all sorts of defensive linemen and linebackers. I think they're going to be able to contain Allen when he's not running. Not saying he's a bad pocket passer, but it's just not. He likes moving his feet and throwing on the run. So if they could get to him, which I think they can, sack him a little bit, I think that's going to be able to handle Allen and the Bills this year. And then I got the 4 seed Titans versus the 1 Chiefs. And like Pete's been saying, Titans defense isn't good enough. I mean, it's not great. And it's obviously not good enough for the Chiefs to beat the Chiefs. I mean, we've seen it year and year consistency, and Mahomes has shown that he's just the best quarterback in the league. This is like the best offense in the league. Even though the Titans, they've really gotten better in the past couple of years. They just added really. I'm gonna keep saying it, I feel like, but they added really good pieces. They still can't compete with the Chiefs. Offense is still not at their level, and it comes down to the quarterback for me. Down the stretch, I'm taking Mahomes over Tannehill any day of the week. So I got the Chiefs winning. And then for the AFC Championship, the 2 seed Browns versus the 1 seed Chiefs. I think this is going to be a really good game. If the Browns defense could get the best out of the Chiefs, it's going to be a very interesting game. And if Baker could, have one of those shining moments, the Browns have a chance here. However, I'm taking the Chiefs. I know I feel like I'm saying it every year, but I have the Chiefs, go into the Super Bowl. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs. We've been saying that. We said it last year. Like, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs when they're just that good and that talented on the offensive side. Defense is honestly solid. It's pretty solid. They got Chris Jones, right? Is that him? Chris Jones. And then Tyrann Mathieu. So it's like the defense is bad. I can't bet against the Chiefs, and I have them going to the Super Bowl another year.
Hey, I like that pick. Will people be bored with the Chiefs again?
It's gonna be a little boring.
I know you didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs again, but you know what? You got to go with what you got to go. And Jared, one thing, I do not have the Browns making the playoffs.
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
I have them going to the championship.
Yeah, my standings just didn't add up. I had the Browns finishing exactly 10-7, but that just didn't add up for record.
Okay. All right.
1 seed Kansas City Chiefs, 2 seed Buffalo Bills, 3 seed Baltimore Ravens, 4 seed Tennessee Titans, 5 seed Miami Dolphins, 6 seed Indianapolis Colts, and the 7 seeds the Los Angeles Chargers. We'll start with the AFC wild card. 4 seed Titans, 5 seed Dolphins. I got the Titans winning. I think, like JR said, I think the Dolphins are gonna have an interesting year and a very good year. They're gonna have the defense to be able to match up against the Titans offense, but I think the Titans offense is so much better than the Miami offense. I did not say that right. What the hell? Okay. I think the Dolphins offense can score against the Tennessee Titans defense, but I do think that the Dolphins defense will struggle to get after Tannehill and stop the run. I think the Titans offense is just too many dynamic pieces with Brown, with Julio, with Henry, and then Tannehill. Whatever I said before made no sense. That makes more sense. So yes, the Titans will be a better team than the Dolphins. And I think the Dolphins offense, I think it's kind of held back with Tua, but I think being a 5 seed for the Dolphins this year will be an accomplishment. But I got the Tennessee Titans as the 4 seed moving on to the divisional round. 3 seed Baltimore Ravens, 6 seed Indianapolis Colts. It's an interesting, very interesting game. Both teams, great defense and great running the ball. But I got the 3 seed Baltimore Ravens moving on to the divisional round, mainly because I think Lamar Jackson is more of a dynamic quarterback than Carson Wentz will be for the Colts. Even though the Colts can run the ball better, and I do like the Colts defense, this is going to be in Baltimore. The Colts are an indoor team. Once again, they're going to lose in the wild card round. I like the Colts a lot, and I'm higher on the Colts than you are. Like, you're higher on the Browns than I am. But I'm pulling with the Ravens. I think they're going to have a kind of the game plan to slow down Wentz, slow down Taylor. They'll run the ball for Lamar with Dobbins. They'll be a pain in the butt to play against. They have the better coach. They have the better atmosphere. I like the Ravens moving on. And then I got the 2 seed, my Buffalo Bills versus the 7 seed Los Angeles Chargers. Very interesting quarterback matchup. We got Justin Herbert versus Josh Allen, 2 of the top throwing quarterbacks in the league. 2 of the top quarterbacks have the 2 top 3, top 4 best arms in the league, maybe along with Mahomes and Rodgers. I got my Buffalo Bills. You think I'm picking them to lose in the AFC wildcard? You think again. Like Jared said, I don't think it's the Chargers' time. I think it's not the Chargers' time yet. I think Justin Herbert's going to have a great year. Brandon Staley, they finish 7th, will be definitely a coach of the year candidate. They make the playoffs. So he'll be head up there. I just don't think they can stop the Bills. And Jared, you got to think about this. This Chargers team is a warm weather team in an indoor stadium. They're flying out cross country travel all the way to Erie County, Orchard Park, Buffalo, New York, in a January game, which is going to be below 30 degrees, potential snow. Just not going to really work for the Rams. The Chargers, or it would even work for the Rams anyway. But an LA team, warm weather, Justin Herbert's first time playing in like the cold, it's just not going to work. I don't think this team will be ready for that, and I think the Bills will pounce in front of a ton of fans. So I got the Bills, Ravens, Titans moving on. Obviously, the Chiefs are the 1 seed, so they'll be in the divisional round. 1 seed Chiefs, 4 seed Titans. Very interesting game. 2 offenses that are going to be high powered. But if you think the Titans defense can stop the Chiefs offense, it's just not going to happen. Hill, Kelsey, Clyde, Edwards-Helaire, and Mahomes are going to be too much to stop. And I do think the Chiefs defense is not bad. Chris Jones, that's a perfect guy you're going to have right up the middle to stop Derrick Henry. Frank Clark on the outside. You have Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary. I think this Chiefs team is going to be good enough. You're going to be at home. I just don't think the Titans could stop the Chiefs, Jared. I think the Titans could score, but I don't think the Titans can stop the Chiefs enough. And I got the Chiefs going.
I agree.
Yeah, another AFC championship game. I love what the Titans do, and I think they're just still falling behind on the defense. They didn't add enough defensive pieces. So I think the Titans getting bounced in the divisional round once. Did they lose in the divisional round last year? No, they lost in the wild card round last year. So once losing the playoffs again in the division round. 2 seed Bills, 3 seed Ravens. Yeah, this is a rematch of this past year's AFC divisional game. This was also in Buffalo, and I got the same winner happening again. I got my Buffalo Bills moving on the AFC Championship game. I think the Bills have a perfect game plan for Lamar Jackson. Put Tremaine Edmonds as a spy and just take over the game. And that worked last time. I think it's going to work again. I just like you're not high on Lamar. I'm not as high on Lamar. If you shut down this run game completely, their offense comes from a 10 to a 1. Like, it's just a totally different offense when Lamar Jackson's not running the ball. And the Bills did that perfectly. They're going to do the same exact thing. You're being Buffalo. And Josh Allen's going to have a much better game than he did last time they played. And I think this Bills team will beat the Ravens in a crazy matchup. I think that matchup will be an awesome matchup once again, like it was this past year. Chiefs, Bills, Jared, once again, AFC rematch. We got the 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs. We got the 2 seed Buffalo Bills. We got Bills walking in to Arrowhead Stadium on a Saturday or Sunday night. It's revenge time. My Buffalo Bills, they're going to the Super Bowl. This is not happening 2 times in a row. I'm not doing this 2 times in a row. It's not happening 2 times in a row. If you think the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl, they've got a great chance. If you think they're going to beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game, it's not happening. Write this down. Somebody write this down. Whoever's watching, Bills beating the Chiefs if it happens in the AFC Championship game. Obviously, if they both don't make it, then, well,
How did I know you were going to pick the Bills?
Oh, okay. How did I know I was going to pick the Bills? Maybe because they're one of the best teams in the NFL. But the Bills, Chiefs, Jared, this is not happening again. It's a rematch. The Bills are going to come out firing. They're going to be pissed off because they got kind of beat around a little bit in the AFC Championship game, and that was obviously heartbreaking for me. But look, I think this team are the two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think this game's still complete. Being all serious, I think this game's a complete toss-up. You have Mahomes versus Allen, both great quarterbacks. I think the Bills running game is worse than the Chiefs. Diggs, Tyreek Hill, they're basically almost the same receiver. Obviously, they play different, but talent-wise and level of good they are. The defense, I like the Bills' defense a little better than the Chiefs. I think the Bills will have a chip on their shoulder because obviously what happened last year. But this game's a toss-up. Like it's a 50-50 toss-up in my opinion. I really don't see one team being better than the other. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills. I'm not gonna do the
More like an 80-20 toss-up.
Okay. Give me a break. I like the Bills over the Chiefs. I think it's gonna be too much. I think the Bills defense will have a much better year than they did last year, and I think that will be the difference than it was this year. So I got the Buffalo Bills moving on to the Super Bowl. Guys, comment down below what you think of our AFC playoff predictions. Jared has the Chiefs out of the AFC going to the Super Bowl. I got the Bills out of the AFC going to the Super Bowl. JR, NFC time. What do we got?
Yeah, so for the NFC in the playoffs, the 1 seed, I got the Seattle Seahawks. The 2 seed, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 seed, I got the Packers. 4 seed, I got the Washington football team. 5, I got the Rams. 6, I got the Cardinals. And 7, I got the Vikings. So Seahawks got the bye in the wild card. And first matchup, number 5 Rams versus the number 4 Washington football team. I like the football team. I like Fitzmagic. I like the defense for the football team. But like we were talking about, the Rams just got an elite quarterback, Stafford, to add on to that offensive weaponry. And they got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey on the defensive side, 2 best players at the position. I got the Rams taking this game. They got more leadership. They got better players on the roster. I just don't see how they lose to the Washington football team. And then next game, I got the 6 Cardinals versus 3 seed Packers. This one, calling an upset alert. I don't think the Packers are going to go as far. I think it's going to cause problems in the franchise. The Rodgers, something's going wrong. I think they're not going to be communicating well with each other. And so after this upset, I'm high on the Cardinals. I think they can do it. I know this is very bold because Packers definitely have a better offense and have a better leader with Aaron Rodgers. But I think Kyler Murray, I know you might not think the Cardinals' defense is there. I think they have good pieces on their defense. Yes, there's holes. It's hard to fill. There's holes on every team, I feel like. But I do feel like the Cardinals' offense is good, solid. Offensive line, questionable, like you said. But if they could just protect Kyler Murray, and if he could, get off on runs a little bit and kind of get his throws down, I think this is a scary team. And I think they could cause problems in the playoffs, and I have them upsetting the Packers. And then I got the 7 seed Vikings versus the 2 seed Bucks. Vikings just made the playoffs. However, I think the Bucks are going to manhandle them. Like we said, they have everyone coming back. You got Brady. Brady wins. He wins games. And they have a good roster. Vikings, you never know what you're getting out of the Vikings. They somehow find a way to disappoint every year, or they find a way to not live up to the hype. And yes, Kirk Cousins is not the best in the playoffs. And I think this is going to start, is Kirk the guy? And that's going to cause questioning within the Vikings organization. I got the Bucks winning. And then for the divisional round, I got the 5 seed Rams versus the 2 seed Bucks. And Brady had a great year last year, won a Super Bowl. But as much as I would like to see him maybe win again, I got the Rams beating the Bucks here. I just think I'm high on this Rams team. I think this is Stafford's chance to be on a good team and kind of show that he's just been, overshadowed because the Detroit Lions organization. The team's never good around him, I feel like. And so he's finally getting that chance in the playoffs on a good team with a good defense. I think he's going to beat the Bucks. And they got the 6 seed Cardinals versus the 1 seed Seahawks. And this is where I go with I feel like Russell Wilson plays really well this year. and he continues on that. The Seahawks defense is better than last year. Not Jalen Adams from last episode, but Jamal Adams leading that squad. And I got them beating the Cardinals. Cardinals had a good run. They beat the Packers, but it comes to end versus the Seahawks. And then for the NFC Championship game, we got the 5 seed Rams versus the 1 seed Seahawks. And here's another upset. I got the Rams beating the Seahawks here. I think as good as the Seahawks defense has become and gotten better, I believe, the Rams offense and Stafford is still better. And I also believe the Seahawks offense is going to have problems with either DK getting locked up by Ramsey or Aaron Donald getting the Russell Wilson and kind of causing him to, not get in rhythm within the game. I have the Rams going to the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs, and they were winning the NFC. Stafford finally gets to the Super Bowl.
Guys, you heard it here first. Jared has a Rams and Chiefs Super Bowl. So guys, stay to the end of the video to see who he has winning a Super Bowl. My NFC 1 through 7. I got the 1 seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2 seed Green Bay Packers, 3 seed LA Rams, 4 seed Dallas Cowboys, 5 seed Seattle Seahawks, 6 seed San Francisco 49ers, and the 7 seed the New York Football Giants. That's a surprise. I see you shaking your head. I got the Giants at 9 and 8 coming at 7 seed. Obviously, the Buccaneers are my 1 seed, so they move on to the divisional round. Get my notes ready, guys. Always got to have your handy notes. NFC wild card, I got the 4 seed Cowboys versus the 5 seed Seahawks. This is where the Cowboys run kind of ends. I like the Seattle. Picked Seattle to win the Super Bowl last year, actually. That didn't go well. They lost in the divisional round. But I'm high on Seattle. You're a little higher on Seattle than I am, but I'm high on Seattle.
Yeah.
I love Russell Wilson. I think he's great. I think DK Metcalf's great. I think Tyler Lockett's great. This game is going to be in Dallas. It'll be a very interesting game. I think the Cowboys would have overachieved the whole year. I think they're going to overachieve. I really do. So I think the Seattle Seahawks are just a better team, and I'm taking Seattle in a game where I just don't think Dallas can stop Seattle's offense. And I think Seattle defense can slow down a little bit of Dallas. This was a playoff game a couple years back, so this will be another little interesting rematch in Jerry's world. Dallas will be popping, but I'm feeling Seattle Seahawks moving on to the divisional. 3 seed Rams, 6 seed 49ers. Wow. Divisional matchup right in the wild card. And this series, how I picked on the schedule was I picked each home team. I think this is a home and home kind of team. I think the 49ers are going to win when they play at 49ers, and I think the Rams are going to win when they play at the Rams. Where's this game, Jared?
Rams.
Thank you.
Right.
Hey, keep it on your toes. I got the Rams winning because they're the 3 seed. I think this could be in LA. The first playoff game they're going to be hosting in their new stadium. I think Rams fans, hopefully they show up for this one because we know how their fans, not the best. We have 2 California teams playing in a playoff game. Like you said, Matthew Stafford, I think could be an MVP candidate this year. You have such good offense. And even if it's Jimmy G or Trey Lance, I think it's not going to be enough to slow down the Rams. And I'm to keep up with the Rams, and I'm liking the Rams in this one. And then the final NFC wildcard, JR, the Packers 2 seed versus 7 seed Giants. We saw this matchup a couple years ago. You remember with little Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers back in
Brett Favre, right?
No, I think that was also you're going back.
Oh, I'm going back.
I was talking about a couple years ago in the wild card.
Okay.
You're going back. That was actually the Giants winning.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah. But the most recent was obviously the Packers being the Giants. I think this is another Packers win. Be a cool game.
This one's in Green Bay. Just playing it.
Oh, yeah, you're keeping you're awake. Green Bay versus the Giants. I think the Giants will be a feel-good story. 9 and 8. Like, nothing special. Nothing's dropping off the board. Good enough defense to get you into the playoffs. Great run game, which will keep them in the game for first half, we'll say. I think Aaron Rodgers is on a mission this year. That's the last dance. It's the last dance. We saw him and Devontae Adams. You saw that Instagram post, guys. You all know what happened in the last dance of the Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. So it might happen again. And then you got the Packers going to the NFC Divisional Round. So I got the Packers, the Rams, and the Seahawks moving on. Obviously, the Buccaneers are beating them there. 1 seed Buccaneers, 5 seed Seahawks. Interesting. Very interesting matchup here. Tom Brady, Super Bowl MVP quarterback, rematch against Russell Wilson. We know what happened in the last Super Bowl. Threw the ball the 2-yard line. This time it won't come down to that. Seahawks winning a blowout in Tampa. They come in and just storm Tampa. I'm telling Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll will be thinking about that. Russell Wilson be like,
You think it's gonna be a blowout?
I think it's gonna be a blowout. I'm taking Seattle. I think it'd be a revenge game from like 5 years ago. A 5-year ago revenge game. This is gonna throttle their necks on in the game. It's gonna be an absolute demolishing of Tampa Bay. There's just something about this. Tom Brady won't know what happened. Tom Brady might retire after this game. It'll be so brutal.
No, he would not.
We know Jamal Adams is coming off the edge in the first play and lighting up Tom Brady. And obviously it'll be a 15-yard penalty because he gets every call. I'm liking Seattle in this one. I think they'll have what it takes. It obviously might not be a blowout, but I'm liking Seattle. You know what? Let's stick to a blowout. Seattle beating the Buccaneers. You got to stick to your guns here. I think Seattle's Jared going to the NFC Championship game, and I'm Russell Wilson back to another NFC Championship game. Flip over to the other game, 2-seed Packers, 3-seed Rams. I think this would be the best game of the playoffs, obviously not including the Super Bowl. You got Aaron Rodgers, MVP candidate. Matt Stafford, MVP candidate. Rams would be buzzing. Packers would be buzzing in Lambeau. But, Jared, like I said before, LA team's going to cold weather. It's not going to go well for LA. They're going to walk into Lambeau. It's going to be too cold. The temperature's just not going to be right for their nice little California self. It's just going to be a tough
Stafford's from Detroit.
indoor stadium.
Detroit?
Yeah, and Detroit's some of these indoors you don't think they're indoors, and they shouldn't be indoor. They should be playing this little cold weather Detroit football. Maybe that's why they stink. Play outside. I just don't think the Rams will be good enough. I think they lose in the divisional round again, but I think this is a better Rams team than they were last year, which is not saying a lot because that Rams team was good, but they were held back by Jared Goff. I think the Packers are on a mission. I like Green Bay going to the NFC Championship game. And guys, we got a rematch. Jared, remember that Packers-Seahawks game when the Packers had that huge lead and then they dropped on a kick? Seattle comes storming back, wins an OT. 2-seed Packers, 5-seed Seahawks. Another revenge game. Green Bay in this one. I'm loving myself some Green Bay Packers. It's the last dance. Write it in print. Type it up. The last dance. Green Bay is the last dance. This is Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, last time playing with each other. I honestly think that they're going to have a banger in a great matchup between two great quarterbacks. Jared, in my divisional round, we're going to have some great quarterback matchups. You're going to have Brady versus Wilson and Rodgers versus Stafford. That is a fun quarterback. And then the NFC Championship game gets even better. Wilson versus Rodgers. But I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers to move on to the NFC Championship game. I like Aaron Jones. I like Davante Adams. I think there'll be a little too much for Seattle. I think Seattle's defense will kind of catch up to them eventually. And I think it'll be tough to stop Green Bay. I got the Green Bay Packers going to Super Bowl facing the Buffalo Bills. Jared has the Chiefs versus the Seahawks.
No, Chiefs versus Rams.
But, oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Excuse me, guys.
No, you're good.
Rams. I got the Packers versus the Bills. Jared, who's winning the Super Bowl? Who do you got, the Chiefs or do you got the Rams?
I will just like the note, Pete's high on the Packers because they posted a tweet about Michael Jordan. That's the only reason why. So for my Super Bowl, the 5-seed Rams versus the 1-seed Chiefs. I think this is going to be a great game. You got Stafford, his first Super Bowl on a great team. Then you got Mahomes, been there, done that. Time to win some more championships. And if you break it down, I mean, Chiefs offense, I think is better than the Rams offense, but it's not by a landslide. And then the Rams defense, I think, significantly better than the Chiefs defense. But Chiefs defense sometimes comes in clutch and actually overperforms or performs to the setting, which is in this light, it's the Super Bowl. And I hate to be boring, but I got the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I honestly think like Mahomes is gonna like be in many more Super Bowls to come for this generation, basically, until this whole core of the Chiefs break up. But they're intact right now. You got the big three: Kelsey, Hill, Mahomes. Not to add, hopefully Clyde Edwards-Helaire has a progressive season and really handles and gets incorporated in the offense more as he matures. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning. I got Mahomes you know what? Mahomes or Kelsey or Hill, one of those guys, Super Bowl MVP. Don't necessarily have a specific one. It all depends. I feel like if Hill has just breakout game, or if I just don't think Ramsey could lock down Hill, because he's a different type of receiver. He doesn't necessarily just run routes. He's doing all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I got the Chiefs beating the Rams in the 2021-22 Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with those two teams, and there's nothing wrong with those picks. But I disagree. I got obviously I disagree.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
2-seed Green Bay Packers versus the 2-seed Buffalo Bills in the 2022 Super Bowl. I don't know what number Super Bowl this is. We should know. I just can't think
So I
of it.
think it's like 50 something.
Oh, thanks. Buffalo Bills versus the Packers, guys. Like I said, it was the last dance. You know what that means? Michael Jordan, you got Scottie Pippen, Devontae Adams, and Aaron Rodgers both put one on their Instagram stories in the last dance. But the last dance in this case doesn't end with the championship. It ends with them walking off, holding their heads down to their knees in tears because they didn't win the Super Bowl. And you know who wins the Super Bowl? The Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen holding that trophy, Super Bowl MVP trophy, and the Super Bowl Lombardi trophy.
And then Peter wakes up from his dream.
Oh, yeah. Didn't see that one coming. We'll break down the game. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, both two great quarterbacks, awesome quarterbacks. But where I feel like the Packers kind of lack, I think their defense is not as good as obviously other teams are. I think the Bills defense, I'm predicting the Bills defense to have a year like they had 2 years ago. So that's helping my take a little here. I think Diggs, Adams, both great receivers. There's just something, I think the Bills are going to go on some sort of run. And I just think the Rodgers magic is kind of going to come to an end. It'll be a great storyline. You got the Bills going for the first Super Bowl champion, and you have the Rodgers probably the last time he's playing with Green Bay. A great storyline. I think the Bills, Jared, are going to be a little too much. I think McDermott's a better coach than LaFleur. LaFleur. We saw how conservative he was in that NFC Championship game. I think one of those two plays comes out in this Super Bowl. Great Super Bowl. Both of these Super Bowl we've had, you had Stafford and Mahomes, great matchup. Rodgers, Allen, great matchups, quarterback matchups, but I got Josh Allen. One more touchdown pass, excels the Bills to a Super Bowl. And I know I didn't have a Super Bowl MVP pick, but you know what? Diggs, Allen. If the Bills are gonna win a Super Bowl in that game, it's gonna be one of those two guys. You know what? Not one of those two guys. It's gonna be both of those guys. Gonna have to have a great game to win that Super Bowl.
And it's Super Bowl 56. Well, 56, yeah.
56. The Bills win Super Bowl 56 over the Packers. JR has the Chiefs winning Super Bowl 56 over the Los Angeles Rams. Guys, comment down below because you're going to want to comment down below because we just dropped two big Super Bowl predictions, and you're going to want to drop your Super Bowl predictions. So what you guys are going to do, you're going to go down, you're going to do a little scrolling, you're going to hit comment, and you're going to type in who do you have the two teams in the Super Bowl, so-and-so versus so-and-so, and then dash the winner. Please drop, guys, in the comment section. So that's your number one thing to do in this video. Watch, like, drop a comment who you guys win the Super Bowl. Jared, what else you got to say before we sign out?
Yeah, please. We will be posting our award predictions very soon for this upcoming season. So that's coming. Like I said, not Super Bowl content, NFL content coming out. NFL season's on the way. Comment if you want us to do fantasy football. Let us know what you want to see from us. DM us on Instagram, tweet us out on Twitter, what you want us to be posting. Talking Sports PD. Yep.
Yeah, guys, like you said, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter in the bio. So is Apple Podcast. And like I said before, division predictions. If you haven't watched those, make sure you guys go back and watch those. So we're doing a series, kind of figured it out. We're going week to week. You go to lead up to the NFL season to keep you guys with a lot of content. Division predictions, playoff super predictions, and the final video you guys will see next week after this video is our NFL awards predictions. So stay tuned for that, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, and subscribe if you guys haven't yet. This was the Talking Sports podcast with Peter DiBiasi and John Rocco Trumpbour. Until next time, have a good night.